trading can be quite difficult if you don't know what you're doing, especially if you're trading the gold charts, the gold markets, right? And for gold traders, you already know that gold can be very volatile, and so if you're not sure of what you're doing, you're just going to be losing money in the markets. So in this video, like always, we're going to be going through the gold charts, and we're going to be marking out key levels for you guys and showing you the best way you can trade gold in this new week. So you need to make sure you watch this video to the end, as we're going to be marking out different levels for you guys. All right, so don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and share with others so they could see this. So let's get right into it. Now, last week, let's do the top down analysis. But before we do that, last week we told you guys that gold was most likely going to push up from here, right? And we said gold would come down first into a certain level and then push up. And as you can see, gold did just that, right? Gold just came down a little. If you look here, gold just came down a little, didn't come down so much, and then what happened? It pushed up. And I told you that once gold gets into this level, we're going to be looking to sell from that level, right? And what happened? Gold then dropped. So this we told you guys all this during the last week analysis video that we made. So in this new week, what should we look out for? This is the daily. Let's go to the monthly. Let's start from the monthly time frame. Okay, so this was what we told you guys. Let's remove this. So let's start from the monthly so we see things better. Now, looking at the monthly, like we've been saying for some time, gold is generally bullish here. We agree on that. But then you can see that for like over 3-4 months now, gold has been moving sideways, right? So gold has been consolidating and moving sideways and it's failing to break above this level 3436 level, right? So like I said in the last video, I'm really looking forward to a bearish close on a monthly time frame, right? Because gold is quite overdue for that. So in this new week, what should we look out for? In as much as the overall direction is bullish, we could still stick to looking for our buys, waiting for price to come down to a key level where we could buy from. But currently right now, what are we going to do? Let's go to the weekly. Let's see things better. So guys, don't forget to subscribe, like this video, very important. We're doing our best, putting out good contents here for you guys. So now the weekly, like I said earlier, I told you that when gold gets into the zone 3440 level, I told you when gold gets into the zone 3440 level, we're going to see rejections. And what did we have here? We saw this massive rejection, and the weekly chart closed, the weekly candle closed bearish, it closed red. So what should we look out for in this new week? Now, we might stick to looking for selling opportunities right now, because even though this week's candle did not close as a proper engulfing candle, we needed it to wick at least below this previous week of the previous week candle, right? If it had come down to this level, then that would have been a very good engulfing candle, right? But it didn't. But still, it's giving us the indication and sign that price might want to push even lower, right? So we might see price dropping to as low as 3275 level. It could even drop lower to as low as 3206 level or even lower, right? So let's see. So in this new week we're stepping into, we're going to be looking for price. Where could we look for our good selling opportunities, right? If you took your sales from here last week, then that's good. But if you didn't, then you could wait for price to push back up into the 50% level of this previous week candle. And once price gets into that zone and starts giving us the rejections that we need, then we could actually sell the market. But remember, like I said, gold is generally overall bullish, right? But right now we're seeing If you see a good selling opportunity, why don't you take it? You take it, right? So let's draw this. Let's turn this up. Right, good. So don't let the lines confuse you. We're gonna remove some things pretty soon. So let's mark out our 50% level. Let's see what we're looking out for. Need to be fast. So our 50% level will be right here. I will mark out this other level too as well. So these are 50% level, right? This first level right here, which is 3381 level. So once price gets into this zone, and if possible closer to this other zone right here, 34110 level, then we see good rejections, then we could actually get in for the sell. Those will be good levels for us to sell from. So let's go to the daily. Let's see what we have there. Now looking quite good. So on the daily, let me remove this. I think we need that again. Let me remove this. So on the daily, guys, what are we seeing here? What do we have? So I can see this is a resistance area that price rejected from a price drop, right? So we're expecting for price to go back up and drop again. That's most likely going to happen. So we could try to capitalize on the buys upwards, but we might not, that might not be a long, it might not be a long hold. Even if we get in for buy somewhere around here, it might not be a long hold on those buys. So let me put this arrow so you see what I'm saying. So if we come and buy from somewhere around here into the open of the week, that's not bad. But once price gets up, we might start seeing rejections downwards, right? And then price might drop again. Now, if we see the sales, very good. If we see the buys also from somewhere around here, that's also very good. So we just need to just watch the market, watch the charts very closely. Now, let me remove these lines. So you see, now, if you look here, like I told you last week, you can see some sort of an inverse heads and shoulders, right? That formed right over here, something of this nature. You could see something like this, right? You could see that. You could say this is the neckline right over here, and you can see that price now has come into that neckline area, right? So there's a possibility for us to see price giving us the rejections that we need from here, and then we might see price going back up again, right? Now, but would price go up and break higher? That's possible. That could happen. But looking at the way the weekly charts, the weekly candle closed, that might not happen, right? We might see gold give us certain rejections that might take price even lower, right? We might see price go lower. So that's very possible. That's very possible, right? So we don't know what's gonna happen. We just need to wait for the opportunity to present itself. So we're just going to watch, and as the week opens, we're going to see if we're going to get a buying opportunity from somewhere around here. Once we see the buying opportunities, we take it. But we have to also have it in mind that the buys might not be a long hold, right? So once price gets into the zone that we're looking for sales and we start seeing the rejections we need, then we could actually get in on the sales. Now, mind you, if price pushes up and starts to give us rejection, that would now look like a heads and shoulders pattern that is forming. If price now happens to break lower, what has happened? That means price would have broken uh, below the neckline, which would give us the indication. Now remember, I'm just giving you guys in scenarios that could happen, right? That would now give us the indication for price to come low up and then drop even further down. So something of this nature so also could actually happen, right? I'm just trying to make you guys understand what I'm seeing here. So there are buying opportunities that could present itself, and there are selling opportunities that could present itself, and where price is at right now is a key level. So if we see the buying opportunities from around this zone, that's not bad. Okay, let me draw this. If you see buying opportunities from around this zone, that's not bad. All right, so once we see the rejections we need and price pushes up, we're going to take it, right? But also we're going to be waiting for selling opportunities as well once price gets up into this area that we've marked out. So we just need to keep a close eye on the charts. Let's go to the 4 hour. Let's see if we're going to see things clearer. So this is the 4 hour charts. We'll need this. Okay, so looking at the 4 hour charts, right, we can see okay, we could see, like I said already, it's still the same thing. We could see buying opportunities from around this zone. So we just need to wait and wait for price to give us the signal, and then we can get in for buys once the whole thing prints out properly. But then if you look here, you can also see heads and shoulders pattern right over here that looks like a heads and shoulders pattern, but not so valid, right? So but like I said, it's still the same thing, nothing much here. Price just looking the way it is, right? There's nothing really much I can say here. What I can just say is we're going to wait. If we see a good buying opportunity from around this zone, like I said earlier, then we will take it. Remember, like I said, if we see good buying opportunities from around this entire zone, we're going to take it. And then if we see good selling opportunities from up here, when price pushes up, also we're going to take it, right? So we just need to watch and see. The chances are that price will give us the buying opportunity that we need. All right, chances are the price will give us that buying opportunity, and price will go up, and then price will also give us a selling opportunity, and then we could also take the sales down. So we just need to just keep a close eye on the charts and see what happens. Let's go to the 1 hour. Let's see if we see things. See anything there? Still the same thing. Still the same thing. Yeah, it's good. I like how this 50% level happens to be a key level if you look at it, right? So it's good. We have a fair value gap right over here too as well. So price would most likely come into this zone, 50% level, and even come higher, sweep all this liquidity, and we might start seeing rejections from somewhere around here. So this is looking quite good. This is looking quite good. So let's just wait and see what happens in the new week. So hope you have an amazing trading week. This is all I can say for this charts, go charts for this week. Nothing much. And like I always say, guys, if you don't see what you're looking out for, don't force the trade. It's better you stay patient, wait, don't take any trade until the things you're looking out for print itself. If you don't see it, there's no need to force any trade. You don't force trades. You don't force a setup, right? You just wait for your perfect setup and you get in on a trade. If you need to stay a month without trading, you stay a month without trading. That's what makes a good trader, guys. So that's that. Nothing much for me to say about the charts. I think it's that simple. You already know that we're going to be looking for buying opportunity from down here from around 3334 to this level, 3274 level. We're going to be looking for buying opportunities from around those zones, and we'll be looking for selling opportunities from around 3381 level to about 3427 level, right? So let's just see how it happens, how it goes. Definitely we're going to get, if we see the setup prints out the way we want, we're going to get in on a good trade. It's been looking good for some time now. So that's it, guys. Have a wonderful day. Peace out.